Georgia with Georgia's Crafty Creations, and I'm back with part 2 of my video for the design team for European Papercrafts. In the first video, we did the bunny card with the 3D pop-up bunnies, and it's a happy birthday card. We're going to do the card with the sheep next, and that's the wrong one. Let me pull the card with the sheep. And again, this one's kind of like a yellow-green, minty green color, which is really pretty. And then I have the sheep. And then, as with the bunny card, I cut my base, or my mat, excuse me, I cut my mat at 5.5 by 3 3/4, and then I reserved the other piece for the inside. Now on this one, I don't know whether it's going to be birthday, spring, or anything, but the only thing I picked for the stamp, on the front we're going to put a stamp that says, "Together is a wonderful place to be." I don't know what I'm going to use it for yet. We're just going to leave it blank until I decide, but we can go ahead and put the card together. So for the mat, we're just going to put that on with 3D, or with double-sided tape. I get excited about doing the 3D embellishments, and I have 3D on the mind. Okay. And then what I should have done with my last card, but I didn't do, usually when I'm using this tape, I will fold it down and leave it folded, and then once I get my card positioned onto the base card, then I'll finish peeling the tape up. That way, if I have to pull it off, I don't have to try to pull the whole thing off. And this card is going to be more of a landscape card rather than portrait. That looks good. It looks like when I folded this card that it didn't quite fold directly in half, so I'm going to hold this here because I do want my crease to be in the right spot. And I'm going to go ahead and just hit it with my bone folder again, and then it's folded better. So then we're going to take our sheep that I cut out, and there's 3 pieces. And again, the sheep are from Hardy Crafts. It's from the lacquer decoupage sheet. It's the spring. And we're going to put, I'm going to look at my sentiment. I think we're going to put the sheep to the left. So I'm going to grab my Misty. And again, I think we will emboss the sentiment with clear embossing. So I'm going to pull my sheep off. Keep my stamp there where I want it. I'm going to go ahead and do some embossing buddy over my paper. Then I think we're going to pick a really deep blue for this one. This is called Huckleberry Fusion. Ink up my stamp. I like that. We're going to make it just a little bit darker. Stamp it one more time. And go ahead and grab my embossing powder. There we go. That looks good. And this is just clear embossing powder. It'll help it pop off the page. And then we're going to go ahead and heat set it. I like that. And then I said I wanted to use some of these holographic stickers, and I think we're going to try it on this one, just to give it a little more blingy look to it. I've never used these before, so this would be a first. So I'm going to go ahead and peel one off of here. And I think I just want it as an accent piece. Let me see where my sheep are going to be again. Let's put one down at the bottom. And grab my scissors. There we go. And then I want to use this other piece. I think we'll just bring it right up here at the top, and we're just going to let it go right under the lamb's ear. Right there. And I think that's all we're going to do with those on that one. I'm just going to press that down really well to stick them. And then we're going to go ahead, I'm going to put my first layer of lambs through my sticker maker. And we're going to go ahead and set those down. And I think that's just a little bit crooked. I want to straighten that out a little bit. That looks better. So there's our first set of lambs. And then I'm going to grab our 3D foam dots, and we're just going to put dots on the back of the bigger piece. And I think we're going to do about 6, I think, on this piece. And then we'll go ahead and put them on the smaller piece too. I think we'll put 3 on it. Okay, so we're going to take our bigger piece first. And then we're going to take them and layer them onto the bottom piece. Now also, when I cut this out, my bottom piece, I left a little white border around it just to let it stand out from the paper a little better. Oh, they're so cute. This could also even make, if you wanted a cutesy wedding card, it'd be a cute little wedding card. And we're just going to put their little heads on there and layer them up. Oh, they're so cute. And I'm going to go ahead and just kind of curl their faces down in a little bit. And what's nice about this one, it's really, really shiny. Makes it stand out. And then since our sentiment will be more up here, I think I am going to use the whole piece. But you know what? I'm not going to put that in right now because I don't know what sentiment I want inside. But I will use that when I do the inside. So there's the sheep card. So I'm going to switch out my supplies and get the next card ready to go. Okay, we're all ready to do our last card. Now this is the one with the bunnies. And again, this was from Anita's Foil Decoupage Rabbit Frolics. So I went ahead and put my base piece already through my sticker maker to save a little time. And this one actually will be an Easter card, so I thought we'd get our stamping done first. Now I'm not going to emboss on this one, we're just going to stamp it. And I want my Happy Easter down at the bottom. About right there. So I'm going to grab my Misty. I just think if we stamp it first, it'll go a little bit quicker. Okay. So I think we're going to use a deep purple on this one. We're going to use a deep lilac, because I think that will show up really nice on the green. And this one we're not going to, oh, when it fell on my paper, but not enough to hurt it. I'm going to lightly place that where I want it. And then I'm going to go ahead and press down. Let's see how that worked. And we're going to go ahead and stamp it again because I do want it darker than that. That's good. I'm going to set that aside, and I'm going to go ahead and grab our sentiment for the inside. And our sentiment for the inside says, do one thing every day that makes you happy. And we are going to stamp it on our long piece for the inside. And I'm just going to set it right up at the top. But I have it upside down. I should make it the right way. There we go. And we'll go ahead and get that stamped, and then we can start putting it together. And we're going to go ahead and stamp that one more time to make it darker. That looks nice. We're going to pull that out. And then the other thing we're going to do with this before we start putting it together, we're going to take these gold strips and we're going to put them down both sides. And I think what we'll do is just wrap it around the back to hold it on. I just want to try to get it straight. That looks pretty good. We'll do the one on the other side. My fingers do not want to hold on to them. That looks good. And I'm going to just push them down. Then flip it over and take them up the back. And then I think we're going to do the same thing for the piece for the front of our card. We're going to do one down either side. They're kind of nice little strips. It gives you a nice accent. Oh. My fingers just do not want to hold on to them. There we go. So those are nice. You can add them on to anything where you want just a little bit extra. I'm going to flip that over and fold those down. Go to the other side, flip them down. And then I'm going to take and smooth it out. There we go. I have a little bit of white on this side where my trimmer didn't get it. We're going to trim that off. Okay, now we can start assembling our card. We're going to use the double-sided tape to put the front on. to set these aside. And once again, we're just going to peel this back a little bit. There we go. We'll get that put on the front of our card. There we go. And we'll pull those out. And I think before we go ahead and put our bunny on, we'll go ahead and put the inside in. And on this one, I'm going to use double-sided tape 2, just because we have those gold stickers on, and I want to make sure it stays. But I'm only going to put them down each side. I don't think we really need it across the top since it's a smaller piece. And then we just have to figure out where in our card. We could put it right down the middle. You could put it to the, I think we will. We're going to put it right down the middle. Just going to get this one top. There we go. So now we can layer our bunny on. Now this one has a lot of pieces to it, so you can either opt to do all of them or some of them. We'll see how it goes here. But this is our base piece. And we're going to put that right there. I like it with that gold accents with it. Now this is our second piece, and this is going to take quite a few squares. My little chickies came over. I'm going to end up using up all my big squares and have to end up using little ones for the rest of it, but that's okay. Want one more up here, one here, and then we're going to grab the little ones to put around the outside. Yeah, they'll fit. Now, if you didn't want to do this oval, you could probably just trim it off, but I like to use all of it. I think I'm going to put one more up in this piece right there. Okay. Pretty much with the 3D embellishments, it's the same process with all the ones you do. You just punch them out, cut them out if need be, and then just layer them up by the numbers. And then you choose how many you want. I'm not sure we're going to use all of them for this one because it's a lot, and I know I'm going to probably want to mail this card. Little papers fell right back onto it. There we go. And then you just want to layer it right over top of the other one. And even with this card, that right there would be plenty with it. But we're going to go ahead and do more. We're going to go ahead and do the bunnies, which I'm going to try not to use too many squares on these. Okay, we're going to go ahead and put on the big set of chicks. And we're going to put those on and see how it looks, and then we'll decide if we're going to put any more on. Okay, these go up here. And it's really not hard to layer them up. That one goes here. And then we have the little chicks. They go there. The single chicks, you got to kind of look around and see where they go. I believe this little guy goes there. And I think we're going to do one more, and I think we're going to, well, no, I see one more piece I want to do. It's just my squares are kind of getting big. I have to trim this one for it. And he goes right down here. And I think the last piece we're going to do, we're not going to do any more of the chicks. I like it right like that. We have one more, the one bunny, we're going to put him on. Let's put a couple dots and we'll grab that other little piece I cut. And we're going to set him right there. So there's only 3 or 4 tiny little pieces left, but we're going to stop with that because I like it. But you can see how it builds up. So there you have 3 cards made. We have the Happy Easter, a Happy Birthday, and then the one that just says Together is a Wonderful Place to Be. So don't be afraid to try the 3D embellishments. They really make a nice looking card. Kind of vintagey if you would look at them. So I hope you like these 2 videos. If you did, please like and subscribe below. I'll put links to all the supplies below. And you can go to 3dcardmaking.com or europeanpapercrafts.com to look at all the different wonderful things they have. So have a great day, everybody. Happy crafting!